Hi there, I am Holly McDonald. I'm a realtor with Compass here in Orange County, California. And today I want to share with you some vulnerable insights on my why I love real estate, why I'm so passionate about it, and what got me here. So I'm going to go deep with you. I was reflecting on this quite a bit over the weekend, and I think I've always been afraid to express this just because I thought I would disappoint my parents. And I'm going to lay it out there for you. So for me, home has not always felt like home. I do currently feel home where I live, but growing up did not feel like that. When I was younger, my parents worked really hard to get us into a house in a nice neighborhood, but it was the smallest, it was the ugliest. It needed a ton of work. And honestly, we were embarrassed to even have people over. And so feeling like that always kind of left us feeling, or at least left me feeling, like we weren't good enough and like the house wasn't good enough. And why didn't we deserve more because we didn't, have it? That sense of feeling that lack ultimately led us to dreaming, for what we would want. And we would dream and go to open houses and go look at new construction. And we would picture where we wanted to be and where we wanted to live and how we wanted our family to thrive. Now, a few years later, my parents were about to have my sister, and so we were maxed out on space. So our house was already way too small. So the question was, do we buy something else or do we remodel? And that's the question that I think a lot of people run into these days. I mean, it's an age-old tale. So what ultimately ended up happening was my parents decided, based on many factors, I don't know all of them, but they decided that they were going to add on to our current house. But, caveat, they were going to add on the framework, but the finishing, the interior, would be left to my dad. And I'm sure that was to save money for economical reasons. Now, the thing is, my dad is not a handyman. He can barely hang something on the wall. Sorry, Dad. But leaving him to finish drywall and electrical work and doors and everything in between at nights and on weekends when there were little kids in the house, it was just kind of a recipe for disaster. I don't think that by the time I moved out, nearly 10 years later, that house was finished. And there were literally cracks in between the doorways and the walls where there would be the door frame. You're supposed to have molding around it. Never done. You could literally slam a door and the whole wall would shake. So living in that state of just incompleteness left this kind of void inside of me where I just didn't quite feel safe or finished in my home or feel proud of it or feel like it just never felt like home. It just felt like this mess. So living in that for so long really truly led me to have these aspirations of wanting to find somewhere to feel comfortable and safe and beautiful. And it just made me want more. I talked to so many of my clients, and I feel we dig pretty deep too, as deep as they'll let me go, to find out what's important to them. Whether it's they want to live in a certain neighborhood for X, Y, or Z reason. There's so many things that come into play when you're making a big investment and when you're literally thinking about where you are going to live. So I'm a pretty empathetic person, and I do like hearing what is at the core of my clients' needs. And for my clients, all of them want to make the best choices for themselves, their family, their future, where they're going to put their head at night. All of these things are so important. And so just going back to my why is to feel safe, secure, feel like I've got a roof over my head that I am proud and happy to call home, because I don't want to go back to the place where I felt embarrassed to have people over or felt like it was not a safe, finished environment. I don't want that for my children. I don't want that for my family. I don't want that for myself. And my clients, they have their needs and wants as far as what they want. And I want my clients to feel empowered. I want them to feel like they have a place that they can call home, that they can make their own, that they can trust is going to be there for them, and that they're going to be proud to call home and make it their own. So real estate really, truly it's a passion. It literally has been in my blood since I was little, going to those open houses, looking at the home magazines, picturing where life could be better, picturing where my family would be happy. And that's what I hope to help my clients get to in their journey, whether they're buying, they're selling, they're renting, they're investing, whatever it is that's going to make them feel like they have some control over the place that they're really going to be the most in their life. I want them to have that so badly. And so that's why I do what I do. So if you'd like to connect more about your dreams, your real estate dreams, your visions, how you can get there, how you can make it happen, reach out. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to try to help you. I'd be honored.